It's now Saturday morning. We've had 50 mil of rain in the last 7 days, 40 of which came yesterday. So I'm going to jump in the buggy and I'm going to go around and have a look just how much damage it's done. Seen so many pictures on Twitter everywhere of everyone else's flooding. I think we might have actually got off quite lightly. People have been talking 60 or 70 million just in like 24 hours. So yeah, the 30-ish that we had yesterday, 40 that we had yesterday is nearly half of what some people have had. So we'll go and see how big the flood is at the back of the yard and go and look at some crops, I think. Oh, I've just come round here to show you that because the kestrel was stood on the owl box. It's flown off. Hope it's not been eating the owls or something like that. It's flying over there now, catched up. Well, actually, while I'm on, 7710. Is anyone interested in buying one? Low hours, about 5,000 hours. Oh, there it is there now. Two of them. Yeah, we're having a rubbish harvest and spending so much at the new farm. Then we're going to flip some of the classic tractors. Will help with the cash flow a little bit. So if anyone's interested in a 710 or even a 7830 to be fair, yeah, let me know. Genuine tractor. You can actually see that the level in the ditch has dropped quite quickly, to be fair. It sometimes used to overflow, especially onto Chris and Danny's next door, but I think it's because it's so held up, and obviously it stopped raining. You can kind of see a tide mark there, but if you look this side, this is where the pumps are completely overwhelmed, and at the far end down there, it was coming over then and sort of like spilling over the bank and then not making it. Sorry, ending up the wrong side of this sort of dike. So this is why we've got this huge flood here now, which is probably going to take a good few days to go. I think I'm going to park up actually. I'll park on the flat. Get it a bit easier to get out. Yeah, so that's, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 acres maybe underwater of wheat that was just showing through the other day, wasn't it? I can't actually hear these pumps running. Oh, they are though. Yeah, you can see them bubbling the water up. It's quite interesting to see that the tide mark's only there though, because normally you would get it a lot higher, but like I say, it must just be because it's so silted up. I mean, that's not weed in the ditch there. You've obviously got all the weeds here holding it back, so it's just flooded furthermore upstream. And this is the age-old debate, really. The environment agencies say that you shouldn't dredge because it moves the problem downstream. Whereas if you start dredging downstream and work your way upstream, then at least the water can get to the sea quicker. If you dredge sort of one section and then it went into somewhere else that hadn't been dredged, it would then cause the flood there. But we get it upstream now because the whole thing's blocked. I've said this many a time, but Environment Agency, they used to be called the National Rivers Authority, and they would go through and clean all the ditches. And the guy that used to maintain these pumps, who used to come and check them every Friday, I think he said to me once that there was 35 on the ground and 3 in the office. Now there's 3 on the ground and 40 odd in the office. So it's no wonder the country's flooded, isn't it? You know, or can anyone remember the last time they saw the council or anyone like the EA come and clean a roadside ditch out? You know, all the roads are flooded because all the ditches and streams that are full that flow into the bigger rivers and the bigger streams, all the gully pots are full. You know, they might send the road sweeper down every so often and suck a few of them out, but I've never seen any of them clean any of the drains. You know, they keep going, it's climate change, it's this, that and the other. No, we've always had massive weather events. but you've just got to look after the infrastructure that's man-made. This is completely man-made. It was put here, it was straightened, and then when the colliery sunk the ground and it was flooding, it was realigned. This bank was built. You know, the whole Johnny Price thing, you know, he cleaned that river out so that the water could go through all 3 arches, because the parish council asked him so it didn't flood the village. He ended up going to prison for it. Yet people are going, oh, you shouldn't touch a river, it's a triple SI, you should leave it. Well, who's the idiot that made it a triple SI? You know, they should have come along and thought, yeah, we've had human intervention in this river for a long time, hence why there's a 200 or 300 year old bridge with 3 arches. We better say, right, it could be a triple SI, but it's got to be maintained, or not make it a triple SI. You know, there's a lot of these eco warriors, these river warriors, that think that all the water courses are completely natural and nature carved them over the years. No, they didn't. We've tamed them to live by them. We've tamed them to move ships up and down them. We've tamed them to move boats up and down them. We've tamed them to move barges up and down them. We've tamed them so that we can build next to them. It's just crackers. Oh yeah, I've got my winter coat back out. It's that time of year. Clocks change next week. I'm going to drive round anyway and have a look from the other side, see what the wheat looks like, see if we can see it just coming up in rows, probably on Wednesday. We'll see what it looks like now. You can kind of see it in rows, but anywhere where there's a wheel mark, it's a bit thinner. But over there, it's not going to be so clever, is it? Just wondering what'll drown first. Will it be the wheat or will it be the slugs? Like, if that's gone in a few days, will the wheat just about recover but the slugs will have drowned? Or will the wheat die and the slugs will just thrive because they're wet? Answers below. Before I go through some puddles and get the buggy wet really quick today, the birthday bumper, only 2 names. John Furnival is 48 and Connor Flynn, I think, is 25. £49,514 raised for the Air Ambulance. So happy birthday if you're on there, and if you're not on there, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. This is the barley sown into the, like, all the brome grasses, and you can see where it's been the thickest cover. It's obviously had the most root structure, and it's the least flooded, and it's actually the first bit of barley to come up. Just about see some green lines there. But unfortunately over there it doesn't float. You'll never guess what I've found in the field though. Half a John Deere tractor. It's miles from anywhere. I don't know how it's got it. I don't know whether it's come in the muck, the horse muck that's been spread on here, but yeah. Look at that. How random. Further over in the field where there's a bit less cover, it's not coming up as much. It is just there. You see the odd little bit poking through here. The problem is where that just rots and doesn't grow at all. Gonna have a quick look at the flood at Wellbrook, but the sink's leaking, so I'm just gonna go and have a quick check of the sink first. It's the kitchen sink, so waste pipe I think keeps dropping off. It probably needs another bracket on it. It was a relatively easy fix, just a plastic pipe fell down. It needs a proper bracket, I think, to stop it. I think when it gets the weight of water, if everyone fills the sink and then lets it go, because the pipes are long going under the kitchen table, the weight pulls it down. And I just checked the boiler while I'm here. I think this weather yesterday tripped that off. So it's still warm in the house, but not as hot as I thought it would be. So just reset it now. It's very temperamental, oil boilers. It's a bit grainy, but that's the barn owl hunting along the banks of the ditch where there's a massive flood. So we've probably got about 7 or 8 acres underwater here. You can see where it had been to, the tide's gone in. But whether all the water voles have drowned and it's the barn owls sweeping them up, I don't know. I've just seen it. Where's it gone now? Lost it. Must be below the grass line now. Oh, there. Oh no. Yeah, but it's nice to see the barn owl there, even if all the water isn't. So we tried to drill this on Wednesday. He pulled in and got stuck at the top of the field. Anyway, this is obviously the bottom at the moment. Went dark pretty quick tonight, and it's going to go dark even quicker next week because the clock's changed. So back in the house now. I've been looking after James this morning. He's got is it hand, foot and mouth, so Charlotte's been nesting, so I've been looking after him in the kitchen. But when I come home yesterday, well actually some of it was today, I come home to like loads of presents. So the bee man has been Simply Beautiful Honey, because he borrowed the buggy today to get to his beehives to feed him, and he didn't realise he's brought all this like goodies and even like lip balms and stuff. And then that's from the heather, that's from our, I think probably our rapeseed, the sunflower and the blossom honey, so, and a chili honey, so I don't know where that's from. But yeah, check him out. But also, someone has sent me, it's like a full like sales thing going on here, but it's not, it's just Double Grip Socks have sent me these socks. Now, I'm gonna show you the bottom because I think they're dead cute. So when you walk around with them, it's gonna look like this squirrel or a rat walking around the kitchen, which should be funny. That they have arrived. This as well, which I wasn't expecting. So this guy, Oliver Snowball, congratulations on 100,000 subscribers. He's cut this with his plasma cutter. Now, I'm not joking, it probably took me longer to get into the box that it was in than it took him to make with his plasma cutter, because it was sellotaped in so well. It's a bit sticky now, but isn't that pretty cool? It's good, isn't it? So thank you very much for that. Also, these biscuits. So a lady I met, a daughter promised me to send some biscuits. So this is them and some cake. Now, I've just read the letter, it's quite long, but their claim to fame is that they managed to cook 1,500 cupcakes and get an order on a Friday afternoon, ready for 4 a.m. the next morning. That's some going, 1,500 cupcakes. And apparently it's for Liverpool Football Club, for a catering firm. So they're at Longridge Market, I think, in Clitheroe. So there you go. Thank you very much for them. So if anyone wants to pause it, they could read it. Before I forget as well, it's the David Brown factory that was at last week. It's their open day tomorrow. So I'm going to actually be going again. I'm meeting Martin and Andrew Ward there as well. So if you watch Wardy's Waffle, he's going to be there. So we're probably going to be there about 10 o'clock tomorrow. So hopefully you can make it. I'm going to put a thing at the end of the video with the details on where it is, so you can see that. As you know, I spent quite a lot of time in the car this week, and 5 hours for 3 days in a row. And also this morning, spent a lot of time on the phone. My phone has not stopped about the sort of the fraction or the friction that's het up with the whole Red Tractor Green Farm commitment and NFU. Now, I've spoken to Tom Bradshaw, I've spoken to a few others, and Minette also put a video out yesterday. So I don't quite know what's gone on. I don't know whether there was some being ill-advised and not realised the feeling of the membership regarding Red Tractor. But there was a video went out yesterday, and when I looked before, only 850 people had watched it. And it's a shame, really, because it just shows that they are going to take action against Red Tractor. So it stars Minette. Obviously, I know Minette. We did a video in the car together. If you've not watched it, go and watch it. It's very good. But yeah, I'm going to put it at the end of today's video so that those that are to do with the NFU can watch it. So this is kind of a mess that NFU sort of got us into with the whole Red Tractor thing. And, if both worked correctly, they could give value back to both members of NFU and Red Tractor. So they've started it, they've got to fix it, I think. And like any membership organisation, the members can help do that. So here's the video. I hope it makes sense, and let's hope that we've got some better days coming and the NFU are going to stand up and take charge of it and sort it all out. If they can't, we're going to need some change, but that can't happen until February. But I do believe, from what phone conversations I've had with various different people over the last few days, I do believe that there's the people there to sort it out now. So here it is, bit waffly what I've just said, but thanks for watching today. I'll see you tomorrow. And there's the NFU video.
Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to my weekly update. There is only one thing that I want to talk to you about in this vlog. And what I want to say is, hello everyone, a very warm welcome to my weekly update. There is only one thing that I want to talk to you about in this vlog. And what I want to say is, I hear you, we hear you loud and clear. A huge percentage of our membership is extremely frustrated with the governance effectively in Red Tractor Assurance and how it consults and works with farmers on the ground. It's fair to say that my emails, my WhatsApps, my text messages, I am getting different things coming through. One, vast levels of anger, references to a cartel, and others saying we need to crack on with this. We must have our point of difference. Sustainability is the license to trade. The biggest threat to our market is these trade deals. Get on with it. So there is division, and that is the worst thing for a membership organisation. But what I can say is that our council met on Monday and Tuesday of this week, and a resolution was passed demanding an independent review of Red Tractor governance and an immediate pause on the rollout of the modular approach, particularly the greener farm commitment, until that review is completed. So I have pulled together an emergency meeting of our Food, Farming and Environment Board on Monday. That is where all our commodity board chairs sit on, our office holders, senior staff. We need to make sure that those terms of reference are right and are reflective of the concerns being raised to us. Slight differences across commodities and across different land areas. We've got to bring that together. I want to make sure that we are appointing an independent consultant to review all of this early next week. On the back of that, I want to make sure that this review can then come back to our council, whether it is either completed at the end of January or indeed whether it has got recommendations for further work. We've got to get this right. But most importantly of all, the NFU is a membership organisation. Nothing matters more to me than you, our members. And so finally, you will be having your say on what you want to see the future look like. And that really, I feel right now, is all I can say. It's very easy for me to write a stroppy press release venting those frustrations out there. This is not about press releases. This is about actions that deliver meaningful change for what farmers and growers are feeling. So it's about what this delivers. I think everybody gets the challenge, but for me, it is about what it delivers for you, our members. So I'm going to pause there. I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll update you on what things are looking like there next week. But I just want to say that I hear you, everything that you're saying, and I'm doing everything I can, working with the organisation, to sort this out and find a way through. So as ever, wherever you are, please do take care, look after yourselves, and I really look forward to speaking to you again next week. Many thanks.